Ron Blum, MLB, longtime MLB reporter for the Associated Press, joins us here on Big Board Sports as we now turn through April into May and the next month of the Major League Baseball season upon us. What will that bring? Let's ask Ron Blum. Joins us here on Big Board Sports, 104.5 The Team, ESPN Radio in Albany. Ron, Roger Weiland, and Chris Honorato. Good morning.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, there you go, Ron. We got you. All good, man.
Ah, okay.
Sometimes you get a little gremlin in there, and we just pull them out, and away we go. What did you make of the season so far? I'll give you a loaded, generic question. What has been the good, bad, and the ugly in your notebook, Ron, so far in this Major League Baseball season?
Well, there's plenty of ugly to go around. You look at teams like Cincinnati, you look at Baltimore, you look at Kansas City. San Diego has even been pretty horrible. But in terms of good, I guess Boston is good as can be expected. Yankees playing very well, even with an early injury to one of the starters, CeCe, but he came back after a start. Cleveland been playing relatively well in a weak division, surviving so far the injury to Andrew Miller. Houston's been fantastic. Seattle's been excellent. The Angels, a team to watch. Ohtani is the hot player everyone wants to see. And then the Mets have been playing with a lot of energy and excitement under Mickey Callaway. They've been exciting to watch, and the Cubs are what they were 2 years ago. And I guess Arizona I would include, obviously, among the good, best record so far in the National League.
We're the home run of the New York Yankees, all Yankee games right here on 104.5 The Team, ESPN Radio, and they're going to Game 2 tonight against the Astros. But, yeah, this Houston team, would you say right now best team in baseball? I mean, entered last night pitching-wise with a team ERA of 1.71, and Morton was really good last night against the Yankees. Yeah,
and the Yankees have lost, 6 in a row at Houston. Yeah. Just didn't get much offense last night. And the Yankees still have Verlander and Keuchel to face on this series. So it's a tough task. And then Arizona, I would say, is record might be better than Houston, but Houston's a stronger team top to bottom.
Yankees did not get off to a great start, but before last night, they had ripped off 9 straight. What is your take on this Yankee team, not only with the ability to score runs, but their starting rotation has been pretty good, and I thought last night was a kind of a breakthrough game with Austin Romine behind the plate for Sonny Gray.
Yeah, and he got a lot of first-pitch strikes, threw his curveball over with consistency for the first time this season. And the Yankees really need to get more out of Gray than they've gotten the first 2 starts this year, where he's looked a bit like a deer caught in the headlights, had that sort of scared look. The Yankees' main concern, I would say, would be one of their 5 getting hurt, because behind them isn't a whole lot. Chance Adams doesn't appear to be ready yet, so unless Adams or Justice Sheffield progresses, you're looking at Luis Cessa or Adam Warren in the rotation if there's an injury, unless they can swing a trade.
Ron Blum from the Associated Press with us here on Big Board Sports and 104.5 The Team, ESPN Radio. Ron, after you get past Syndergaard and DeGrom in the Mets rotation, it almost feels like every time out is an audition for that starter, be it Wheeler or Matz or maybe Vargas. We'll see how he bounces back from his debut. What odds do you give Matt Harvey of re-cracking that rotation?
Not very high. This has been the norm for the last year plus, rather than aberration. He has not resembled anything close to the dominating pitcher from before the thoracic outlet surgery and before the Tommy John surgery. So you're looking at someone who people look at the name and think of what he was, not what he is.
What do you make of Jason Vargas? Obviously, over the weekend on Saturday, has had a horrible start since the surgery and the injury. But Mickey Callaway is a pitching coach. He's going to get a second chance. Do you think Vargas will still turn out to be pretty good for the Mets?
Yeah, and one start isn't the pattern. And the guy has been a much better pitcher than 9 runs and 2 innings or so. And he gets to bounce back right away since they have penciled him in. I think he's going to pitch the Thursday afternoon game this week against Atlanta, which will be an exciting series also at Shea Stadium, the first chance for people to see Acuna, who's one of the best young players in baseball already. But I would say Vargas goes into that crafty lefty category. And I don't expect him to be a lights-out 18-game winner, but I think the Mets could get a serviceable 10, 11, 12 wins out of them this year.
Do you believe if the Mets continue to get what they're getting at the top with Noah Syndergaard, Jacob deGrom, that this is a team that will be able to hang around near the top of that division?
Yeah, and I think a lot more than pitching. I think they have loads of pitching. They have to just stay healthy and keep those pitchers on the mound and also get some consistent production out of the offense. If you look at last year, the team's downfall is when Cespedes got hurt and they lost that, when they were getting very little production from the corner outfield when Granderson was not driving in runs. So if you look this year, they're getting unexpected offense, at least many, from Adrian Gonzalez, who's off to a fine start. Jay Bruce is playing well. Cespedes, in spurts, the average isn't up there yet, but still providing power. Conforto, slow start to be expected after all the surgery. And then Todd Frazier is giving them what they expected. So I think they'll be okay offensively as long as they don't get hurt. And there's Asdrubal Cabrera getting off to a really hot start.
Ron, I'll make the prisoner of the moment statement here. I can't remember a winter in which 2 absolute superstars like Bryce Harper and Manny Machado hit the open market together. Where do you think both end up? And then we saw this past winter, teams were really reluctant on giving out big contracts, both in terms of years and money. Do you think Harper and Machado will both actually cash in the way they're projected to? And do you think that they both end up leaving Washington and Baltimore?
I would say they both will cash in. I would say Machado, it's hard to see him staying with Baltimore. His market will increase vastly if he's traded, since there won't be draft pick compensation attached.
Right.
So that will affect it. Harper could stay, could go. If he leaves, Dodgers seem like a likely destination. I think both of those guys will get $400 million and up in guaranteed money, and other teams will bid in. It would not surprise me either if Harper winds up staying in Washington, given how many of Scott Boris's clients, like a Scherzer, like a Strasburg, like Jason Worth, do big deals with the Nationals. Machado's market's going to be harder to predict. I don't think either right now is going to wind up in the Bronx, because I think the Yankees' focus with this young group of players means their needs are starting pitching. So I see them going more after a Patrick Corbin, or if he's willing to leave Los Angeles, a Clayton Kershaw. Although in the end, I'd be surprised if Kershaw leaves the Dodgers.
Always great information out of Ron Blum when we get him on.
$400 million.
Yeah, amazing. That is amazing. Ron, we really appreciate it. We'll get back in touch as we move forward in this still very long Major League Baseball season. But thanks for coming on Big Board Sports here in Albany.
All right, good to speak to you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Ron. Ron Blum, Major League Baseball reporter, a long time. I don't know how long he's been doing it, but a long time.